This is Congressman Dan Kildee. I represent the 7th District of Michigan.
His name was familiar to just about anyone who lived in mid-Michigan, but today, former longtime Congressman Dan Kildee died at the age of 92. I'm David Custer in downtown Flint, Kildee's hometown, and one of several communities he served for decades. Kildee was the son of an assembly worker at Buick, and he spent more than half his life in service to his constituents, beginning in Lansing before heading to Washington, D.C. He became a state representative in 1965 when he was 35 years old. He later served as a state senator before winning election to Congress, where he served from 1977 until his retirement in 2013. Politicians from all across the political spectrum are singing his praises tonight and honoring him. But his nephew, his successor, Congressman Dan Kildee, is sharing his personal thoughts about the man most of us only knew from a distance. What are you going to miss most about your uncle?
His sense of humor. This was a guy, you know, we come from an Irish family, an Irish Catholic family, and, you know, hearing him laugh, you know, whether it was, you know, some political story or, you know, an old family story that would be repeated so many times any one of us could tell it.
Congressman Dan Kildee sharing a personal side to a storied political legacy many will never understand. He took the reins from his Uncle Dale to become a U.S. Congressman in the same district his uncle held for 36 years. Were those hard footsteps to follow in?
Very. I mean, he cast a long shadow, and I take that as an honor. If there's a legacy that I felt like I was obligated to continue and hopefully will infect this place, is his commitment to kindness and decency and respecting the dignity of every person.
Kildee spent hours by his uncle's bedside as the former congressman took his final breaths at the age of 92. His health had been failing in the last year, but it was the political divide in the country he so proudly served that pained him the most. What did your uncle think of the state of our political system in America right now?
It bothered him a lot. He would call, you know, he was a voracious consumer of news after he left Congress, always watched it when he was there. But he would, you know, see me on one of the cable shows or whatever and would call and we would talk through everything. And he had his views.
And the champion of childhood education and ending hunger in America was never shy about sharing his wisdom and giving advice to his nephew. What was the best piece of advice that he gave you?
He said, stay close to home. Go home. Don't let this place swallow you up. Stay connected to our hometown.
The city of Flint always had a tight grasp on Congressman Dan Kildee's heart, starting as a high school teacher in the city and then being elected to Congress 18 times to continue his love affair with a life of public service. How would your uncle want to be remembered?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think it would be more for his personal characteristics, for like the fact that when I walk through the Capitol, I'll just give you an example. The Speaker of the House will say, "How's Dale?" The Republican leader would say, "How's your Uncle Dale?" And then one of the Capitol police officers will say, "Hey, how's your uncle doing?" I mean, he had that kind of an impact where he treated people with kindness and respect, no matter who they were, no matter what they did, no matter where they came from.
And you could see that impact all over social media today. The former congressman's political brethren on both sides honoring him today. Governor Gretchen Whitmer saying he admirably represented mid-Michigan, uplifting families and communities. Democratic Senator Gary Peters saying Kildee never forgot where he came from and that he fought so everyone had an opportunity not to just get by, but to get ahead. Republican Congressman John Molinar of Midland saying Kildee worked hard for Michigan and that he was respected by Republicans and Democrats alike. Now, Kildee's chief of staff of 27 years also had kind words for her former boss, Tiffany Anderson Flynn, pictured here with Kildee and former President Barack Obama, saying Kildee was not large in stature, but a giant in intellect, honesty, gentleness, and kindness. And she added, quote, "I hope they have dry Rob Roy's with a twist in heaven. And Congressman Dan Kildee told me tonight he was going out hoping that someone could actually serve him that drink so he could do a toast to his Congressman Dan Kildee, also known as his uncle. He had told me tonight that even though he is no longer with us, his memory will live on for generations to come. For now, reporting live in downtown Flint, I'm David Custer. Jamie, back to you.